Welcome everyone, and this is myself and Fiona. We're here about to let you know what's happening in May with Scottish Independence Podcast. Unfortunately, we've come without our crowns. We were going to do that, weren't we?
We were, and
I'd even worked out how I was going to make mine, but I'm afraid I didn't get round to it. Anyway, so we've got our usual offerings of a new podcast every Friday morning, and there's a few other things that we're going to put on as well. So where do we start? What's our first Friday morning podcast?
All right, first Friday it's a meeting of the Radical Independence Campaign, and they're talking about where they go from here and the coronation, the part they're going to play there's a demonstration on Calton Hill in Edinburgh on the 6th. So their Radical Independence Campaign are providing a speaker for that demonstration, as are lots of other people. And then the 6th is the big day for, of course, the Republicans among us. So Calton Hill, as I said, that demonstration, I believe, is at 3 p.m. It will be live streamed on Independence Live, so we will be able to see bits we missed, because Marlene and I are going to be at the other Republican event, which is an All Under One Banner march in Glasgow. I think the start time for that is 11:30, but check their Facebook page.
Yeah.
That will do for sure. But the exciting thing, we are going to be attempting to do a podcast recording from the march, or rather from the end of the march. So if you'd like to take part in our podcast, even if it's just to come and say hello and try out one of our thrones, which we will have with us.
We'll try and bring the crowns on as well, so you can put the crown on as well as sit on the throne.
Yeah, and so you can let us know what you think of the day's events and what kind of king you would make, or queen. President, yes. President, probably a better one. And then on the 12th, which is the following Friday, we'll have our next weekly podcast, which is going to be a report back really from us about another meeting that we were at, which was one the Scottish Greens had done on Scotland, the Republic. So we'll have some clips from that event and our thoughts. We've got a guest with us at that one to chat as well. And then on the 16th, that will be our video podcast of the month on Independence Live's YouTube channel. And it'll be, would you believe it, a coronation special. We might be coronation down.
You'll have gathered by this time what the theme of the month is. Coronations, the crown.
Actually, just lets you know how. I wonder if Charles is sick of hearing about the coronation. So the podcast version of that will be on the Friday of that week. So that'll be the 19th. And then the 26th will be the bits and pieces for May, which hopefully will contain something as well as just the
coronation.
Or instead of even. We'll have had enough by then. And then we'll have our usual selection of blogs and additional bits and pieces. Have you got any thoughts about blogs this month, Marlene, for May?
Yeah, I do. Well, I've got at least one planned. I'm going to try and do it over the weekend. There was a series of articles in the National by a chap called Peter Henderson, and they're about free ports, and they're about his suggestions about how to run free ports, but in particular how not to run free ports. And he professionally, that's his background. He's very expert in all of that. We're trying to get hold of him to do an interview with us, come in and talk a bit more through it. But these articles are very good. So I thought, I'd do a bit of a summary of what's in them and include the links over. So that will be at least one of the blog articles in there.
Oh, that sounds good.
And then I thought I'd do one about the coronation.
Oh, at least one.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure there'll be other things that come up.
And we've had some really nice feedback from the show we did with Jim Byrne. In fact, I just was looking at a comment we got on Spotify from the podcast saying how much they'd enjoyed it. So we loved having Jim on the show. And I think at the time we gave you the link to his articles. We'll give you it again on the notes to this one. Definitely have a look. And I think MMT is something we probably need to come back to. Maybe once we get past the coronation, we want to have another look at the financial side of things.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely check that out and thanks to everybody who's taken the time to comment or like it or share it, because that all really helps.
Yeah.
And if you do it on YouTube in particular, if you like the shows, then the magic algorithm suggests them to people, and that's how new people can get access to ideas and things, and hopefully we build up our channel that way.
Yeah, that's really something to ask people to do for us. I was thinking just the other day, our dedicated mailing list is about 2,000 people. But if each of you, who you might be watching this on YouTube, having come across it, but you might well be watching this because you've received the mail list, the mail shot. If you have, think about maybe someone that who's still a bit, hasn't quite made their mind up, or would just like to know more about independence-related themes. Forward this to them. That would be fantastic, and then they've got a chance to add their name to the mailing list, more formally.
So let's see what May brings, and look forward to catching up with you all as the month goes on. And don't forget to come and join us if you want to be on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
See you later. Thanks for watching.
Bye.